Yo, what is going on, guys? Clutch back again with another video for you guys. Today is going to be a bit of a different video for you guys. So I'm going to be giving you basically the best settings on the game. And these are by far the best. I will give reasoning for each reason on pretty much all of them. Some of them are pretty irrelevant. But for the ones that are important, I will tell you why I'm using them and what I've changed. And also I will show you guys my camera settings, which we'll actually do first. Pardon me. Camera settings, I do have it on tele broadcast for both, but I do have it as a custom. Now I have it as 20 height, 0 zoom. For me, this is just, I have the perfect balance between zoomed in and zoomed out, like not too far, not too close. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this camera. Definitely the best one on the game, at least for me. I do understand some people maybe use a co-op or something like that to try and get a bit more of a wider angle. It really just depends what you like, but for me personally, tele broadcast all the way. Now what we'll do, we just go straight into these settings. So I do have competitive master switch on. This is mainly just down to the fact that it just keeps all the settings the same, and just these are the best settings to use if you're trying to basically be as high level as possible. So always keep that on if you can. Through pass assistance, now I have it on semi. Obviously you can have it on manual if you want to, but you shouldn't. Semi will help you, especially with this game, how good through balls are. You want it on semi 100% of the time basically. Now FIFA train, I don't have it on. Now some people will say you should, like there's certain things you can have on. For me personally, it's a big distraction. It just kind of gets in the way of my screen and how I want to play the game. It's really up to you. I think this is a bit more of a personal one. There are a couple things which you can help you gain if you want it. But for me personally, just not a fan of it. I'd always much rather stay away from it. Time finishing is obviously on. Now, I think time finishing is a part of the game that obviously a few years ago was massively used. And I think as the years have gone on, people have kind of underrated how important time finishing can be. I think on this game, if you green a shot, you can score from a lot of crazy angles in different places. I think greening shots this year is highly underrated. And I think if you can, you should be. And if you're not right now, you should learn how to. Because like I said, they are very, very good. I use them all the time. So yeah, time finishing is a massive thing to be doing, so make sure you are. The switch player indicator is obviously just on, not much to say there. Pass block assistance on. Auto switching is just on air balls and loose balls. Like I said, you could have it on some of the other ones, but for me, this is the best one. It's just the right situations to really have to switch. Like I think manual is just way too loose, and I think using just one of these is it just doesn't do enough. And then automatic, obviously, it controls way too much of it. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but yeah. So auto switch move assistance is on low. Now basically the way this works is, so when you switch to a player, say if someone's running back to help defend and you switch, now it usually tells you to have it on high, and what that does, it keeps them running in the same direction. Now for me, I use low. And that is because I want more reaction out of my players. So that means when I switch to them, I can move them as soon as as soon as I want to, basically. Instead of basically if I have it on high, it'll keep running in a direction for a bit that maybe I wouldn't want, and that can sometimes cost you goals and opportunities. So like I said, make sure you have it on low. Clearance assistance is just on classic. Nothing much to say there. It just clearances really. I don't really know what to say there. Player lock is on, and they tell you not to have it on. Now player locking is a very high skill mechanic. A lot of the top players use it. For me personally, I don't use it as much, but I should. I'm not saying I shouldn't. It's something that I have struggled to adapt to. So obviously, like I said, even the top pros struggle to adapt to it, so it's not easy. But if you can use it, it can be very, very good, especially for timing certain runs, creating better opportunities for yourself in certain situations. Player lock can be very, very good. So it is definitely worth using. It's just something I haven't got around to learning better yet, but I plan on using it a lot more in the future. Icon switching is off, and right stick switching is on classic. Now a lot of you guys, it may be on adaptive. Now please take it off. Adaptive is very glitchy. It almost breaks the game. It makes right stick switching really weird. Classic right stick switching is the way to go. It is instant. It will go to where you want. Adaptive, it will pull it in different directions. It will make your players make weird movements. Turn it off. Adaptive is awful. Okay, so make sure you've got classic on, please. All right, guys, that's what we need. We need it on player relative, not ball relative. We want to switch to the player, not the player that's closest to the ball. That is basically what it means. So basically, it will switch you to the closest player that you flick in the direct direction. compared to the player basically closest to the ball in that direction if you chose ball relative. So player relative is obviously much more important. All these just on assisted, nothing too crazy to say there. Again, all of these on semi. Again, nothing. It's just kind of the middle ground for them. A main one that you need to have off, analog sprint. Now, for a lot of you guys that don't know what analog sprint is, it basically controls how fast you can run. You basically have to hold down the button harder to get to full sprint. Whereas obviously if you have it off, no matter how hard you press it, it will start sprinting. Now obviously it sounds like a good thing saying, oh, I can control how fast I want to run in certain situations. Trust me, it's not. With this game, you want to be running as fast as you can for pretty much the whole time. But yeah, analog sprint definitely off. And then pass receiver lock on late. Now this gives you the most time to bail out of your passes or your shots. If you have it on, basically, where is it? I think it might be animation start. That was it. Sorry. Basically, it means that it will choose like, the direction that you click, like you've clicked. Once the animation starts, you can no longer change it. Or if you have it on late, it means that you could be halfway through your passing animation and you can change the direction of the ball if you see someone approaching or blocking where you were going to pass the ball, right? So it can really help bail you out in certain situations. So make sure pass receiver lock is off. Obviously, these are all the main settings, and I do just run the classic controls. It is completely up to you what you use. Obviously, that's player preference. But for me, I find classic to be the most balanced, basically, out of all of them. Now, obviously, to be said, obviously on your online settings, make sure crossplay is enabled. Unless you're maybe on PlayStation, you don't need it. But I generally find crossplay being enabled is the best thing you can do. So yeah, guys, listen, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like, a comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. And I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you do guys want your weekly games played by professionals, visit the link just to my left. There you go. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.